Y'all, today is August the 31st, 2023. It's Thursday. I am in Jacksonville, Arkansas. I am making the no-baked cheesecake. And with the little thing that I do, I actually have read comments where people say that the no-bake cheesecake is too hard and stiff. And so actually I have like a little hack that I do with mine to make it creamy and absolutely fluffy and delicious. And so basically what I have here, and I had already opened this up, I have 2 packs of the cream cheese, great value. You can use Philadelphia cream cheese as well. I have 2 in this bowl right here that I'll be melting. I have some granulated sugar. I have 2 pie crusts. I have the diamond walnut pie crust. I prefer the pecan one, but I believe they were out, and sometimes I actually will take one of these great value pie crust, which I absolutely prefer this one over the Keebler pie crust, graham crust, because to me, Keebler crust is just a little bit too much on the hard side. And with the great value pie crust, it has the perfect texture that I prefer. So, just have that open there. And then this is what the diamond walnut pie crust look like. They've took the nuts and grounded them down in the ground, and it has a very sweet, savory smell. It smells like maple syrup, and so it's actually really good. And if you hadn't had their pecan pie crust, ground pie crust, you should give that a try as well. So, and for topping, instead of using Cheerio pie filling, I will be using a blueberry pie filling. And sometimes I'll use frozen mixed berries, and I will cook that down in a small saucepan and then add a little bit of sugar, a pinch of vanilla, and some other things. So this Cool Whip is the trick to making that cream cheese fluffy and creamy and very delicious. Once I add this cream cheese to the once I add the Cool Whip, once I add the extra creamy Cool Whip to the cream cheese, it's going to be enough to fill both of the pie crusts. Here I have, in a saucepan, I have a pan that is heating here, and this is where I'll be heating the pie filling up. So I'm just going to take this little pat of butter that's left. This is the unsalted butter. It's not required. I just want to make sure that's very low heat. It's not required to add butter. I just like the way that the butter transformed the pie filling. So let me go ahead and get that open. Be careful not to let your butter burn. Okay, so once you get it open, you're going to have this delicious blueberry. And you can use cherry, whatever your preference is. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. See how that butter's turning brown? So you want to make sure you get all that delicious blueberry pie filling in there. And you just want to keep this on a low heat.
When you call him, keep telling him to turn his radio off, please.
Okay, come with me while I transfer this cream cheese into the microwave. And if I didn't say so, you can see the time is 10:07 p.m. And of course, we're Thursday, August 31st, 2023. So I'm just going to go ahead and put these 2 in here. Oh, and by the way, I have a little bit of water right here at the bottom. I want to show that to you. You see that little water right there? You need to add just a little bit, maybe about 1/4 of a cup, not more than a half, And never mind the butter bowl. I threw out the Tupperware. I've got to get some more Tupperware. So we're going to use the butter bowl for now. So I'm just going to start out with 2 minutes. And then I might do an additional minute. I just want to get that melted.
11339. Cat 4361. Time out 2234.
Charles 30 have Charles 31 have a quote for Drury Park in Racetown.
I know that the units responding 3800 what's over there, but you can have the rest of the units 9910
6 Charles 9 on 18, and we're going to wait about 2250.
Okay, while the cream cheese is finishing up, and I might do an additional minute, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. That's hot enough. It's already completely cooked. I just want to incorporate the ingredients. I'll be adding about a teaspoon of sugar to this, and also, and by the way, if you have Philadelphia cream cheese, which I happen to have some here in my fridge, whether you use the store brand or this, either one works well on the cheesecake. Now I'm just going to go in here and get, let's see what I've got. Just bear with me. I am looking for my, there. Imitation, vanilla extract. That's what I'm going for. So I'll just show you guys how I do this. Let me close the refrigerator. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this vanilla extract. I like the taste that it gives the pie filling. So you want to get, kind of make the ingredients be more like what you would do if you were taking fresh berries or frozen berries and boiling them down and adding your cornstarch or tapioca starch and sugars. So you want to kind of go in there. So you see me do a little bit of pure butter, unsalted. So I'm just going to navigate it because I don't have a tripod or anything. So I'm just going to hold the camera and just navigate. And let's go in with a little bit, not a whole lot, of vanilla. And I'm going to give that a stir. And then we'll see about the cheesecake. The cream cheese filling. Y'all, I just taste this, and the sweetness is not to my liking. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in roughly with some granulated sugar. And just put that in there. I think that would put it where it needs to be at in terms of the sweet level. So you want to taste this stuff, to adjust it to your liking. I just taste this stuff, and I have to really work with it. So I'm going to go in with some blue bonnet. So if you don't season your filling, it might just taste like this can right here. So you want to make sure it has the proper amount of sweetness and butters or margarine and vanilla and sugar, of course. And turn this back on to make sure that that the ingredients are well incorporated and that it's heated thoroughly. So I put about a good tablespoon of margarine in here because it just didn't have the flavor that I'm looking for. And so I went on and added a little bit more sugar. I'm going to give it a stir. Y'all, I'm going to go in with a little bit more of the pure butter. So you want to make sure this stuff tastes super good because that's what you're going to have for your topping.
Right, so for good evening. I have 2,000 broadway, investigate 2,000 broadway. For police information to Lieutenant Savoy, the name entered, social services. He also said he had information in reference to the pie that occurred at 1920 Broadway.
Y'all, the cream cheese took a total of about 2 minutes and 45 seconds, like 3 minutes. So I have been stirring this, and the water just blend perfectly right in it. And I'm just going to go in without measuring. I'm going to go in and try to pour in at least a half a cup, a little less than half a cup of sugar, or enough to season it to my taste. You want it to have a sweet taste, but not overly sweet.
And it was a sequence King 917.
One moment while I stir this properly. Okay, I have stirred this and tasted it. It has a nice sweet flavor. You see how smooth this is? It's very important that when you're making the stick, when you're using a stick cream cheese, that you always add a little bit of water. Not a whole lot, but to get this consistency where you can stir it, where it's creamy. So at this point, I've only added some granulated sugar, and it's where I can work with it. You want this type of consistency right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Cool Whip. This is an 8-ounce container, also equivalent to 225 grams. I believe that's what that says. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with that Cool Whip. It smells fresh to me, so it still has a good expiration date. So you just want to go ahead and spoon it in.
Thank you, Susan.
Did you catch anything?
And you want to spoon this Cool Whip directly in to the cream cheese that is melted. Do not take the Cool Whip out of the refrigerator until you're ready to use it, because if you don't, you will end up with some runny stuff like this, a little bit here in the bottom. I'm not going to use that part. So let me go ahead and blend this, and I'll blend it very well. One moment.
You want that 2004?
Eventually, I'll get a tripod and proper space to do my preparation for my food. But y'all, this is the consistency. I have blended very well, so you just want to make sure the ingredients are well incorporated. And I'm going to go ahead without hesitation and begin putting it into the pie crust. So let's move the lid off of her. Of course, this is the walnut pie crust. You can tell by its texture. Those grounded walnut pieces in there. And this is the regular Great Value pie crust right there. I'm giving another stir. So I have scraped all of the cream cheese Cool Whip filling mixture, and I've placed it in the pie crust. And once I get a camera tripod, I will be able to, navigate without trying to be the cameraman or camera woman or camera person. And so I'm just taking this. You see how creamy this is? It's not stiff at all, is it? See? And that is courtesy of Cool Whip. This is the magic of Cool Whip. Okay, and so don't worry, those two sticks which that package was 2-pack. It was the 2-pack, 8-ounce. It was the 2-pack, 8-ounce package. When you add the 8-ounce Cool Whip, it's more than enough for 2 pies, as you can see. So you just want to smooth that over. And now I'm going to go in with my delicious blueberry. And a lot of times I will use cherry instead, but I'm going to do blueberry this time. And then occasionally I may buy like the frozen bag of mixed berries, which actually have blackberry and strawberries in it and raspberry. And I'll cook that down and add a little sugar and vanilla and, you know, maybe a little butter to taste. And then go in with a little cornstarch for a thickener. But let me get my blueberries now. I'm keeping it simple, guys. I'm using the same spoon, same utensil for mixing the cream cheese. So I'm just going to rinse that off, and then let's grab the blueberries here.
Charles 35.
Just went to you, like 3 Charles 34, so no need to come pick me up out of it. Appreciate everybody that helped.
So I just want to grab this, and you see that butter right there that's melted? You want to make sure that's incorporated very well. And y'all, I taste it. The filling is absolutely delicious. And so this is ready to go on top of the pie crust. And then I will be completely done, and I'll put them in the freezer one moment. All right, I have spreaded my hot blueberry pie filling over the pie crust. And guys, take a look at that. And you're talking about absolutely delicious. Give it a try and tell me what you think about the Cool Whip blended with the cream cheese, and tell me if the Cool Whip doesn't like increase the taste and overall texture and enjoyment of your no-bake cheesecake. So I did the courtesy of taking a little paper out of this one. And so guys, you just want to, and by the way, you can buy these pie crusts at your local Walmart or Kroger's. It's in terms of the diamond one, and the great value one is found at Walmart or Sam's Club. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and this completes my video. I'm just going to go ahead and put the lid on her and fasten the edges around it and put it in the freezer, and they will be ready to go tomorrow. And by the way, have a happy and safe Labor Day weekend, as it is the last day of August, and we're entering into the month of September. See you guys in my next video.